I killed an elderly man in front of his wife and basically his entire family. I haven't talked about this to anyone, even my closest of friends. One night when I was in college, I was driving to get some liquor for a party. I was taking a street I was very familiar with to get back to my house. It was dark, but the street was lit with street lamps. I remember that I looked at my radio for just a second. But when I looked back up to the road, there was a man crossing. I didn't have any time to react. By the time I saw him, he had already hit the hood of my car and bounced off the side. I just remember screaming and hitting the brakes. I'll admit I had thought about speeding away, but I pulled over and ran out of my car to check on this guy. His family was standing outside the restaurant he was leaving, and they were all screaming and crying. He was laying on the side of the road with blood coming out his nose and mouth. 2 other men were standing with him, trying to see if he was all right and calling 911. I sat on the curb across from the family and listened to their crying in agony while we waited for the paramedics to arrive. I sat there and sobbed while 2 paramedics took him away in an ambulance. I don't believe I've ever cried so hard and for so long. The worst part about all of it, and what still kills me today, was that his wife came over to me while I was distraught on that curb, sat next to me, placed her hand on my shoulder and said I was married to him for almost 50 years. We had a good life. Then she hugged me and said that she forgave me. After everything was said and done, it was ruled that it was an accident. I went down a dark path the years after that. I drank heavily, dropped out of college in my senior year, and had to move back in with my mother and father because I couldn't hold on to a job. Even tried to kill myself with pills. It was a hard road to recovery. But eventually I got my life back in order, joined up with the Navy, and now I'm on track to go back to college and hopefully finish what I started there.